wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you, Darce.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Thursday, Friday, whenever you're watching this.
I'm on day 15 of being banned from Facebook. So
Serious, they stuck with that, huh?
they stuck with it. Yeah. Apparently I'm selling GLP-1 medication and they don't like that.
Oh my
Which
goodness.
is hilarious because you know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So we are live everywhere but my socials, I believe. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works, right?
Yep. I need to then share it. And if you would, audience and viewers and whatever you would like to be called, share this video out. That'd be great.
All right. So give it a couple seconds here to grab our live. Yeah, it really did ban us. So I'm not sure the point of doing a live today. It's so frustrating. It is just absolutely so frustrating. Darcy, if you wouldn't mind sharing this, if it's live on your page, if you wouldn't mind sharing this, actually, I can share yours.
I was like, I'm not.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
If you could share this to the business page and to group.
If I can find it. It's not showing me that we're live yet. So I'm a little delayed.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mine was too.
So sharing.
All right. Couple of technical things that we have to do there. Yeah, it was hilarious. I got the ban from Facebook. It says you're no longer allowed to do live because we sense that you're selling GLP-1s. I'm like, have you looked at my Facebook page? Really?
No.
So
and who's to say that you are not capable of selling it?
Well, my whole feed is pounded with pharma ads saying you can be skinny, you can do this, and so the hypocrisy is just absolutely stunning. Yes. But we do what we do, and we just work around that wall and make our introduction just a little bit longer today. So just got back from the gym after time away. That's always hard to go back. It's hard.
I hope you started out small.
I did. I absolutely did. And I told my trainer, I said, you know where I am in this situation. So just leave me alone today. But no, I did okay. I did all right. So.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm prepping for a wedding that I'm going to be in this weekend.
Nice.
And so we're kind of in that mode this week.
Yeah.
As well as living life as well in between that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, living life in this season is kind of difficult. We noted in our weight loss session this week of just all of the struggles that people are having during this season, and it's real. And it's okay to not be okay. That's my motto. It's okay not to be okay. So today we're gonna just have a simple life. Considering that we don't know if we're even streaming live at this point.
Oh, we are. We are.
Okay. All right. So
I see our face.
Yesterday, you and I have been kind of, in the crosshairs of the GLP-1 because we have a program that actually takes weight off of you long term. And so we've just kind of had our ear to the ground at what's happening out there. And of course, if you are online at all, if you are just watching Criminal Minds, you are inundated with this fast, skinny weight loss. They want to get you skinny. I really think the government thinks if people are skinny, they're going to be, they're going to change their lifestyle and the world's going to change. And that's not what we're seeing. No. When we have people on a GLP-1, that's just not what we're seeing. We're not seeing lifestyle changes. We're not seeing, we're seeing a lot of damage being done. And so we have a choice to make. Mm-hmm. Do we go along with the crowd? And do we say, yeah, you do you, or do we speak truth? And there are more and more people. Jillian Michaels was on one of the podcasts that I watch, and
Yeah.
she, we don't even necessarily agree on our weight loss strategy, but she is on it. She's like, I've got to shout out the dangers. I've got to at least give informed consent for people who are hopping on these things, and at least tell you the truth, so you go into it with some knowledge and some education. And more and more people are doing that, because now we're starting to see the implications of these drugs. And we want to make sure we're not anti-GLP-1 because we just want to fight something. We are seeing the dangers, and we're seeing what's happening to people, and we're seeing how it's being abused. And, at the front of the show, I always say there probably is a tool that you can use. Morbid obesity, those kinds of things. There's time and a place, as the Bible says. There's a time and a place for everything. I don't think that it meant GLP-1, but you know what I'm saying. But yesterday I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw this scientist and this doctor, and it just kind of stopped me. So I just basically want to read what he said, because I couldn't say it any better. The only thing that he left out of that, and I think it's now starting to be discovered because it does come on so slowly, is the mental health aspect. That was the only thing he didn't cover in it. So we're just going to take his post. I'm going to put it up on our screen here, and so that you have the source. But I messaged him. I said, you're my hero, because nobody is talking about this. And you're having the courage, because if you do speak out against it,
they're coming after you.
Yeah. Oh, heavens. It is fighting words if you come after it. Darce, what do you see on the screen here?
Oh, I see it.
Here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go through this, and we're just going to talk about this. And I love my favorite part, and I tweaked it a little bit, but my favorite part in this is when he says, are we renting skinny? And we'll get to that part in a second, but that just really, really stuck out at me. He says, we have a new era of obesity medicine. Short-term results of GLP-1 agonists like Ozempic and Wegovy are undeniable. And you and I have seen it. I mean, you see people around you, and we call it the Ozempic face. There's no hiding when you're on a GLP-1. That doesn't happen with natural weight loss. And I saw a show this week, and the reason why there's Ozempic face is because it also targets the muscles and the tissue underneath your skin. So as we get into the muscle loss here, which, the pro GLP-1 people are like, I'm strong, I could lift here, they go to the gym one time and, I'm strong, I'm okay. No, that's not it. That is not what is happening to your body, but that's what's happening under your face as well. And so that's why we can tell when a client or when a person is on it. You can just walk by them and okay, that's Ozempic face, we know. But this doctor, and his name isn't on this, is it? I'm looking. I cut his name off of it. I want to get it.
Hold on a sec. I'll find it, because I had it open.
Professor Grant Schofield.
Yes.
Professor Grant Schofield. I looked up his bio, and my gosh, he is a scientist. He's been on the field for decades. He went to the University of Auckland, I believe it says. But he's the real deal. He is like, before you read something, obviously in today's world, you have to say, okay, what is AI? What is truth? What is not truth? That kind of thing. And I did some research on him, and man, he's got it. But he says the data is clear. What happens when you stop? And we're ignoring this because you know how fun it is to lose weight on the front side. Do you remember that? You remember that falling off? It's exciting. And no, I had to think about my journey. I did think about long-term, because I was told by a family member, if you live keto, you're going to gain it all back within a year. And so that was in the back of my mind. And I hope that it's in everybody's mind. What happens when you stop anything, right? When clients message me and say, I'm not losing weight, and there's a lot of things that I pour through with them. Like, my first question is, are you on plan? Are you doing cheat days? Because those things are important. But without an exit strategy, he says, we're setting patients up for a rebound that leaves them metabolically and functionally worse off than what they started. And that is really scary. It's really, really scary to think about that. Because we want long-term. We're not doing this just for kicks and giggles. We want this weight to stay off. And finally, doctors are starting to ask that question. And I have like 5 screens up, so you're just gonna have to interrupt me in case I see you, wanting to say something, because I got 29 screens. So just interrupt me. Let's talk about what he says here about the physiology of the rebound. When patients take GLP-1s, up to 20 to 40% of the weight loss is lean mass. That's muscle and bone. I just think with this epidemic that we have of all these people on GLP-1s, can you imagine the nursing homes in a few years?
Yeah.
When you have no muscle and no bone? You can't see that. You can't see what's happening inside your body as you're putting that shot in your belly. Yeah. You can't see it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just imagine that. Can you imagine, our clients now and the ones that are working so hard, and these people that are on the GLP-1, what is it going to be 20, 30 years from now?
Yeah.
When you have no strength, when your bones are breaking.
Side note is that when you are getting older, it's natural for your human growth hormone to stop working as it used to, which talks that, you're looking at the metabolical part. You're not metabolizing like you used to. So people are like, oh, I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted and didn't gain a lick of weight or whatever. But this happens to your muscles too. Your muscles start to just dwindle down, and then it's very, very challenging to gain and build those muscles back, especially as you age. So the bracket for people that are younger and it's hitting them now, as they're younger, it's a scary thing, because if you are not actively in the gym often and making sure that you are continuing, because there will be people on here saying, well, I'm strong, like you were just saying, and I go to the gym and I don't have a problem with that. Not everybody does that.
No, most people don't.
People don't.
I lost the weight naturally, and I struggle getting to the gym. There's just times we have mental blocks that we just don't go. And the first time you do that, it's easy to go back. Second time, it's a lot easier to stay home. Third time. And the problem on the GLP-1 is people are losing the weight. So they think that they're doing something. They think, everything's fine. When the treatment stops, as he's saying here. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I'm okay being on this for life. But that's not what's happening, because this medication is expensive, number one. Insurances are stopping payment. We learned of a business here who provided these drugs for their people, and their teeth are falling out. And so the insurance company stopped paying for this drug. And that's scary. So when treatment stops due to cost or the side effects, and we'll talk about the side effects, I've been very vocal about the mental health aspect, but the blindness, that kind of thing, when that stops, the weight comes back rapidly. But the big thing is you regain mostly fat. You don't get your muscle back. If that's not enough to wake people up, wow. So you get the fat back very quickly, but you don't get your muscle back. So he says we're essentially prescribing sarcopenic obesity, a body that is fatter and weaker before treatment. It is just, I have no words.
That's a lot for it to sink in. We understand the epidemic of obesity and mental health, and especially when the phrase that comes out of saying, even with just babies right now that are being born, there's a lot more issues, it seems like, with infants
Yeah.
and being more concerned if an infant is going to come out healthy and how it's supposed to, and
Yeah.
in the mindset of, yes, we're trying to fix the obesity problem so that, you are capable of, if you wanted to join the military, you could join
Mhm.
the military. But a lot of the mental health and a lot of the obesity is preventing people from being able
Mhm.
to join the military. And I know that's just one aspect to look at, but
Sure.
if you're looking
Parenting,
at,
grandparenting.
yeah, like that, and if you're looking into being a part of, being a police officer or a fireman or things that
Yeah.
help you or help our world around us function and be safe, and
Yeah.
medics and all that sort, like if you
Yeah.
we're dwindling down the numbers because
Mhm.
of this.
Because of this short-term rented weight loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says in 2026, meta-analysis in the BMJ of weight loss drugs shows that after 2 years, you can expect to be fatter than when you started.
Mm.
The behavioral weight loss pathway, which is drug-free behavior, while less effective to start and some weight regain, showed that you were at least predicted to be leaner than when you started.
Mm.
So doing it natural, you at least have your muscle left, right?
Yeah.
If you go off plan.
Well, your body's probably confused. It's probably
Yeah.
trying to overcompensate.
Yeah.
And when it goes to the muscles to get to its sources that it needs and destroys that, like
Yeah.
you are now having space for fat to be replaced.
Uh-huh.
So it makes
Yeah.
sense about the replacement of, like, you're not only destroying your bones and your muscles, but now your body knows
Yeah.
naturally this is what it does, is it
Yeah.
replaces it with stored fat for
Yeah.
energy and for what it thinks it needs. But
Yeah.
I feel like in my head what I'm imagining is a very confused body.
Oh
Very
my gosh.
confused.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are 4 pillars. Okay. I really believe a lot of this lies in the hands of doctors. And I've seen it in our own practice, where a doctor says, well, I can get this off you faster.
Mhm.
So they have ethical procedures when they prescribe something. And he talks about the benevolence or acting in the best interest. This is the first one. Prescribe and pray is what they're doing. Prescribe it and pray that they do okay. Pray that they don't have the side effects. Pray they don't lose their mask. Pray they don't. That's what they're doing right
Gambling.
now. Yeah, they're
Gamblers.
gambling.
Yeah.
Right. But are they acting in the best interest? There's a benefit to it. We all know that. But is it sustainable? If the benefit evaporates, this one got me. This one like just reached out of the screen and got me. The benefit evaporates 1.4 years after stopping. Have we actually helped the patient, or did we just rent them temporary improvement? This says it all right there. Like,
Mhm.
are they acting in the best interest of the patient? And some of these words I don't know how to say. Maleficence, the do no harm part. This is a critical failure point. If the doctor prescribes a drug knowing the patient will likely stop and regain the fat on a muscle depleted body, are they facilitating predictable harm? And this is aside from the mounting litigation, which I just saw an article yesterday about the litigation regarding the side effects. Some experts estimate litigation might cost Novo Nordisk at least $1 billion just on the current cases alone. Watching a guy on Facebook who was harmed by one of these things, and it is a massive problem. This one gets me. This one really gets me because they are not doing this. Informed consent. True consent isn't just listing the nausea as a side effect. It requires telling the patient, you will likely regain if you stop. You might end up with less muscle on your body than you have today. Unless you lift weights, eat protein, you risk becoming frail. Selling the dream without the reality of an off-ramp, it violates the informed consent. Justice and fairness. Who wins? The wealthy who can afford these drugs win for life. who loses. And that's if they have no side effects. That's not if they don't end up with cancer or blindness or anything like that. So that's just the ones that, defend this say, well, I'm fine. I'm fine. Well, I was fine too for the first 4 months. Who loses? Who can afford only a 6-month course crash and end up physically weaker? So those are the 4 pillars of what they're prescribing now, and they're not doing this.
And if they are, I want to go back to about the informed consent. Like, even if they are saying, hey, like, you need to go on the shot, we want you to lose this weight. And a lot of people are going to the doctor's office with these words, and they're like, you need to make sure that you're working out and eating right. But that's the extent of it, because we know in this foundation of a natural weight loss that when you are not programmed and you have not created a system to go to the gym or eat right or want to eat right, you're not going to do it. You're going to be like, oh, I can continue eating what I want. This brownie and this cake and this ice cream and the things that I eat on a daily basis is not affecting me. I'm still losing weight. And so they have no desire to take up what the doctor suggested. So they send them off and expect them to just know how to do that stuff.
Right.
When they've either never done it in their life, and that initial instinct to want to go to the gym or want to eat healthier, it's zero, because you're at this point of taking a weight loss shot to lose the weight, because before you had, and we hang willpower pretty lightly because we're not born with it. But if you don't create these systems like James Clear talks about, like building these systems for a healthy habit, you're not going to have any desire to do it. Period.
No. And the doctors don't even get into the weeds that we do with bringing trauma in or bringing addiction in. They don't get into those. And so the client comes to us feeling like they failed because they obviously they don't have enough willpower, when what's really happening is trauma, a trauma trigger or a food addiction, a sugar addiction that's taking over their brain. Yeah. And so that's the work that we do, is we get into the weeds. Doctors don't have time to get in the weeds. So of course, this is going to be an easy shortcut for them to get this weight off of their patients, knowing that, well, this guy probably can only afford this for 6 months. This weight is coming right back. So we are going to sound the alarm for that.
Right.
We are, because when we get the ramifications of what's happening, I fear. And I am really digging into metabolism, because when we get these wrecks back, this wrecked metabolism, there's a lot of hard work that we have to do to fix it. And that's before any of the weight loss comes off. We have to fix your metabolism first. So again, that takes patience. Patience does not come with GLP-1 because they had instant results. So obviously I must be failing, when in fact it's just their metabolism that had crashed.
Right. I want to pause real quick because I feel like this visual, I've been having these things sit on my desk for a while, and I've got a muscle here, and I think this is a 5 pound thing of fat and a 5 pound thing of muscle. And can you see it? Yeah. So these are the two.
1 pound fat.
1 pound?
Yeah.
Well, it's 1 pound.
5 pounds,
one and one. They're both the same size. Yeah. No, they're not. They're the same weight. This is denser. Yeah. But what happens when this is lost and becomes smaller, this is going to then, this fluffier stuff is going to take over and replace. And the reason why I bring this up is that this fluffier, fatty stuff, once this is gone, even around your organs, this is going to be putting pressure on on the inside, not just your muscles. I think it's also the fact of your organs that the fat is going to go to, because it naturally does that.
Yeah. And that's the heart attack.
Yeah.
And the disease.
You're putting yourself even more at risk after you decide, oh, I can't afford this, or I'm just going to get off this GLP-1. I've lost enough weight. I can't afford this anymore, so I'm going to now get off of this. Well, once you've lost that muscle that's dense and
Yeah.
small and tiny, even when you're not working out, like you still have muscle,
Yeah.
but it's going to be wrapping around your organs, wrapping around your vitals, like the
Yeah.
important stuff. Like that's where it's going.
Yeah.
And that's not something to just be like, oh, it's just replacing the fat that I lost. Like, here we go again, the same cycle. I can't get rid of it. No, it's replacing
Yeah.
replacing the fat with that
And
muscle that
doing
was
it
there.
naturally when you have already ruined your body is a lot harder. And that's going to take, so my 1 year of weight loss for you will take you 2 to 3 years. Just eating right, just correcting your metabolism. The metabolism does not move or change fast. It does it very, very slowly. So when you go in for the second round of weight loss after the shot, and some people are like, well, just get back on the shot again. Well, adaptation happens. When you get back on it the second time, it doesn't work. Or you have to go way up in the dose, and the same thing that worked before does not work again, because your body, like it does for antibiotics, it adapts. Your body's job is homeostasis. It wants to stay the same. So when you get on it the second time, it's not going to work. But then you've got two problems. You've got, I've crashed my metabolism, and now the shot is not working anymore. What the heck do I do? And that's where the real work comes in. And it is harder work than losing it naturally. Our GLP-1 clients' recovery is not as easy as the first time because they've crashed it. We got to build that back up again.
Yeah.
So the solution is conditional. Can this be used for some people? Sure. But you have to do the things. You have to not depend on those drugs. You've got to couple them with a strategy that survives the prescription run out. And he says emerging data in 2024 signals that the metabolic correction is possible. Patients who combine the descripting with carbohydrate restricted nutrition, continuous support, they can get it off and they can recover from this. It's got to require muscle prevention, mandatory resistance training, and learning protein targets. I'm gonna change I worked out at the gym and I'm tired. So my setting here. I need to sit down. So an honest consent. These doctors have to be honest with their people and do this thing. But frankly, they don't have the time to do that because it takes hours upon hours. So if you get on this and have no plan for the after and weren't doing the things while you were on the shot, it's just delaying the inevitable, he says. This took a lot of courage for this man. It really did.
Yeah.
It took a lot of courage for him to stand up and say, hey, just can we slow down a little bit?
Yeah.
Can we slow this thing down? This is a freight train happening. And honestly, even for our regular practice, I honestly dread the rebound because I know what work it's going to take for us. I know the hours that it's going to take for us to recover from some of these things.
Yeah.
So that's our message today is, guys, be informed. Before you do this, be informed, know exactly what you're doing, and think twice. Think twice. Be willing to do the hard things.
Yeah.
Losing weight's hard. I mean, you and I have experienced it. It's hard. But
I would add, while you say to think about it, like when you are in a position where, and we've been there, we understand that desperation. We understand the feelings of you just don't understand. I've always been overweight my whole life. I've never been able to fix this. Or the phrase of I love eating out. I love being able to come home and eat my ice cream. I love doing that. I don't like this healthy food. It tastes different. It doesn't taste good. I've known people on Ozempic that never change the way they eat, and they lose a certain amount of weight, and then they maintain, and they're okay with that maintaining, but it's still eating your muscles. I think it comes down to having the mindset, like you said, with long term and coming up with a strategy of if I'm consuming a product and it promises me A, B, and C, how long do I have to be on this?
Right. Right.
Is this going to heal my body? Like, everybody's body goes through something different. Mine has a lymphatic issue. I've got psoriasis. I've got like that's an autoimmune disease. You know, there's so many things that people have going on with their body. Fixing the way you eat is definitely helpful, especially for PCOS, brain fog. It helps women that are in menopause. It helps them quite a bit to change their lifestyle.
Yeah.
But if we are not looking at is this thing going to help repair my body and or encourage my body to wake up and repair itself because I've broken it? If you come with that and say, well, this product is probably something I'm going to have to be on for the rest of my life. So no, it's not going to be beneficial. I am going to have to make some sacrifices to the way I'm living, whether that be a balance in your calendar and saying no. So lowering the stressors in your life, that does a lot to somebody's body.
Yeah.
If you are dealing with PCOS, like, there's a reason for that. It's not just because you were born with it. There's a reason for it. So all of these in the mental health issue, like, we're depleting our brains of the nutrients that it needs.
Yeah.
Based on eating these nutrient deficient type of meals every single day, we're actually deficient in our nutrition versus like thinking that these fast food restaurants, oh yeah, it's got hamburger, oh, it's got something there, but you're depleting yourself from nutrients that your body needs.
Yeah.
Until you come to that mindset of, yeah, I understand that the food choices that I'm making are not healthy, and I'm okay, switching things up. I'm ready. And I hear this phrase a lot as well. Like, I hear this, well, if I'm going to, be able to eat whatever I want and die happy, I might as well die happy and eat whatever I want. Let me just say, for those that have never seen the face of death, like you blink, your doctor's saying, listen, and these pleading with you, if you don't change the way you are right now, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that? If you're like in your 40s and you have a grandbaby coming on and you're saying, hey, I'm excited, I'm going to eat the way I want until, even if it kills me. Just really think about that phrase.
Yeah. How's that fair for your grandbabies to live without you? Are we thinking about anybody else but ourselves? It's such a selfish world we have out there. I look at my 2.5 grandbabies and I'm like, they deserve me. I bring them joy. They bring me joy.
Yeah.
Why would I cut that off from them? That's selfish on my part. For a donut, for a trip to, the Bahamas, and that's selfish.
Yeah.
And so, and the other thing too, and I cannot say this enough, I'm in a bunch of GLP-1 support groups, and the medication doesn't work for life. All of these doctors are pushing this for life, but what happens is your body adapts to it, and your body is now run unnaturally with a fake GLP-1, and your body adapts to that. What's going to happen when it stops working?
Yeah,
you're going to gain the weight back. You're going to suffer the consequences. So, you and I had a choice, and I guess since I'm the boss, I think you're with me on this.
We'll find out.
We had a choice, because even my colleagues in the natural weight loss world, I sat in a meeting with them and they're like, oh yeah, there's a place for it. Well, there's a place for it because they want to still make money, and they were falling for this. And my everything in my insides was like, that is not what we teach. We teach long-term weight loss. That is not what we teach. Why are we adapting to that? And so you and I are going to be the last house on the block standing, and we're going to be inundated and probably overflowing with people who are desperately saying, I need help because I just destroyed my body.
Yeah.
So we're the cleanup crew to all of this. And I thought to myself, knowing that we're the cleanup crew, why would I sit here and say it's okay? Why would I change what I know to be truth because I want some temporary company help? I need to, I need to pay payroll. I need to do this. Why would I, knowing the train crash is happening, say it's like a train coming at you saying, well, it's all right, guys, just step on the tracks a little bit. Give me your money while you're doing it, while you're stepping on the tracks. Give me your money while you're doing it. But the end is the same. So why would I sit here and support that? And then what really nailed it down for me in my journey was when I experienced it firsthand and I saw the mental health crash that happened to me. And that's what really made this thing almost become alive, because I saw it and I felt it. And now I can't see it because my eyes have changed. So I did some long-term damage to my body. Thankfully, when you stop the drug, your mental health comes back. You see sun again. And so thankfully that is okay. I'm good. Not good with this winter weather and stuff like that, but
right.
It was a chemical dope in my brain that happened to me. So I'm like, after experiencing that, I'm like, I can't be quiet. We're going to shout that the train is coming. It's going to crash. Please get off of it right now. That said, do not get off of it right now. If you are experiencing any of these side effects, because we need to titrate you off and we need to reverse your diet. So there's science and math that we have to do with you for 4 months before you may even see any weight loss. Yeah. So there are some things that you have to do it strategically. That has to be on your exit plan. Is the GLP-1 recovery has to be on your exit plan.
Yeah.
So do you have anything happy to talk about today?
I was happy.
I was so impacted by that post. I'm like, we got to talk about this.
Well, that's happy is the fact that there's people that and doctors and specialists that don't get recognized because they get shoved down saying you're going against the system.
Yeah.
Your words don't matter. And if you do talk about it, then we're just going to make you sound like a stupid idiot and say, oh, you only came from this and this was your grades.
Yeah.
Listen, those are some of the people that have made our system that we've been living for the past decade are those that have an agenda. Yeah. And so as much as I hate to say how food has become very political, when, it's something that we eat and we just do naturally because that's what our bodies need. Yeah. It's unfortunate because you've got the scientists out there, and I'm not against science as long as it's not harming the body, as long as it is encouraging. I believe that we have the answers to so many things that we didn't have years and years ago. And we've had to adapt to these new problems that we have in this modern day and age. So I'm not against science. I believe that wholeheartedly that there's very intelligent people out there that understand the body in a deep way, in a microscopic way, and are able to understand that there's proteins and there's peptides and there's natural GLP-1s that our bodies form every single moment, and they work together to help you function. So the thing that I would just encourage is, really think outside the box and understand your own body and understand how you work and what you were blessed with. And utilize these tools to figure out how you can be the healthier you. And that would be my encouragement is like, you're not broken. And there's been a lot of people that have been near broken, and I've seen them reverse that because of all the hard work that they've put into. And I'm talking about cancers. I'm talking about ailments that they thought that they were just going to live with for the rest of their life. Yeah. They've been reversed because they've worked hard and they've created systems to get to their ultimate goal. And that's health. That is that clarity of mind. That is the energy that you feel like you're needing to depend on coffee for, or these energy drinks. So I think it's important to think outside the box, ask the questions. Don't think that you're being dumb asking these questions, but think, well, where am I going to be? And I know the Bible says don't think about the future. It's God's will. But I think it's important that we set our bodies up and our systems up to be able to handle what God has for our will in the future,
Right.
you know? So,
Right.
that would
And
be
on
good.
the empathy side too, you and I know exactly what these people are feeling
Yes.
when they are tempted with the doctor with these little, shiny objects and miracle pills and miracle shots. You and I were there. We remember the first time, not the first time, we remember the last time that I just begged God to take the fat off my body. I would have done this. I know it.
Mm.
Would I have done it knowing these risks? I heard something one time that says when you watch a pharma ad on TV and they put all those disclaimers, this may kill you, this you may commit suicide, you may all of these things. They put all those things on there, but if you do not have the disease that they're talking about, you're like, oh my gosh, why would someone take this? And you're shocked and you're awed. When you have the disease, suddenly you go blind and you don't look at the black box warnings. You don't look at the risks. You are just desperate enough because you have what they're talking about. It's designed. The best thing RFK could do right now for me and my world is to ban pharma ads from television. If you need something, you go to the doctor to get it, and that doctor needs to give you informed consent, not because he wants to sell you a drug, because they get a lot of profit off of this.
Yeah.
So all of this is backed by money, and now an excitement of suddenly Americans are looking like they're in the 60s again. You didn't see any fat people in the 60s because they ate correctly, right? So now that's their whole goal, is just make them skinny, and they're making drug addicts is what they're making. That's exactly, I mean, when you buy a GLP-1, it's for life, folks. So they've got a lifetime client. The first minute you put that shot in your stomach, they've got a lifetime client, lifelong giving money to these people. So there's other alternatives, and that's on the political side of things. But on the emotional, on the empathy side, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It would have been the hardest thing in the world. Well, I did try. I tried the skinny pills, the amphetamines that made your heart race. I didn't care what the side effects were.
Yeah.
I just wanted the fat off my body.
I remember working for you. I feel like I was working for you most of my life.
Yeah.
In some form, either helping you at the daycare or helping you cleaning and things like that. But I just remember one of the stages that you were in when and Mom was telling me, and she was worried because she's like, now she's on these diet pills, and she was very concerned about it, and I had I didn't research that, but I only fed off of my mom's vibe.
Yeah.
And so I was worried as well, and looking at in your cabinet of like all the diet pills that were in your cabinet, and I couldn't say anything because you were in that mode of like, there's nobody can say anything to me because I want this off. I want to be where I used to be when I was younger.
Yeah.
And, working for you, I saw that, but you still had this strong will that you still have to this day, that, once you have your mindset on something, and there's a lot of people out there like that, once you have your mindset on something, it's going to take a lot to get you to change your mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Or somebody that has something magical to say that is like and I think that's what our message for everyone is today. Like we're not dogging on science 100%. We're dogging on the misuse of science and the misuse of the monies and the the misinformation that is out there that then gets twisted to say, well, you're wrong, you're misinformation. And it comes down to that, like, just thinking outside of the box. Think outside of what that desperation is telling you, that there is hope and then there is answers. But I'm going to be one of those people that, most influencers out there, they don't say this. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to change your lifestyle around, but the hardest part is the social world around you. That is the hardest part to deal with, and to be able to put blinders on to those people that are naysayers, or here's your simple way out, or here's what you can do to just, it's just going to only take you a couple months, and then you're going to be in a place that you can get in your swimming suit, or just being okay with yourself and
Yeah.
who you are,
Yeah.
unhealthy, living
Yeah.
your life depressed, but you
Yeah.
should be okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I'm here to tell you, in order to have a lifestyle change that's long lasting, it's going to take a lot of work,
Hmm.
but you can find a support system that makes it so much easier.
Yeah. There's no quick fixes.
You know,
If you have over 50 pounds to lose, mark out the next year of your life. If you have 100 pounds to lose, mark out the next 2 years of your life
mm-hmm.
of hard work. It doesn't, but your reward is it stays off. And that reward on this side of the puzzle is far more valuable than any fast weight loss. When you were talking about my diet pills that I used to take, I have a picture of Brian and I on a cruise, and I was the skinniest that I had ever been. I had just kind of been, I was in the sweet spot, and I looked at the next picture in my roll of film, and it was 3 months later, and I was bigger than I was when I started.
Mm.
And I remember seeing that picture saying, I thought I had arrived, and all I had to do was take pills. The next picture of me was me back at 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no shortcuts. And we can only say so much, our voice, because people tend to turn you off when you talk about GLP-1s, especially if they're on it.
Yeah.
And we can only say so much. And we have to resort to the fact that we are the cleanup crew. And if that's what it takes for us to see women who are freed for life, let us clean it up.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling, if any of this, has you on the worried path, you don't have to be worried. Just contact us. We will show you how to safely get off of it and safely continue your journey so that you can lose the weight and keep it off. So it's our message. I'm so grateful for that professor. I'm so grateful for the courage that these people are having now. And don't do it, guys. It's not worth it. Go for long term.
Yeah.
Don't take shortcuts. So that's our show for today. We're here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. And hopefully next Tuesday, we're closer to spring. I'm not going to tell you how I did it, but I got rid of the groundhog. He's no longer an issue. He won't be back to work. He won't be back to work next year. He's done.
What?
Nope, he's done. I'm done. What a dumb animal. Goodness gracious.
Again, they forced that animal out there to see if he'd go back in his. Like, what if he didn't have enough sleep? Or what if he, like,
who
what
is
if,
to go out in this weather?
yeah, like, it's
He
too
may have
cold.
been snowed in and they forced him out. Of course he's not going to see anything because the snow's too bright.
Yeah.
So he's not coming out.
He's not really on it. He's been wrong. And I'm hoping that he was wrong this year too.
I don't think he was.
There's
been no break.
There what?
There's been no break this winter. Like usually
yeah.
The snow will melt and then it'll come back. We have not seen our grass since the cruise.
Yeah. Yep. It will. I'm just believing for a warm up because there is a warm up coming.
Oh, when it is, I'm going out in my swimsuit. 30 degrees, I'm out there.
No, it's still too cold.
We were a little validated yesterday in group when a person in Florida said it was like 20 degrees there. So she made us feel a little better.
Yeah,
but
very true. And there's snow in South Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good to see everybody. We'll be back next Tuesday morning at 11 a.m.
Bye.